what's up everybody? How's it going? Happy Tuesday. I'm very excited to be here with you guys today. Welcome to my kitchen. Please have a seat. Can I get you some water, some tea, whiskey? We're gonna be doing a fun recipe today. We're going to be making vegan pork belly out of TVP. You don't know what that is, do you? You're pretending you're nodding because you're pretending that you know what it is, but you don't actually. It's okay, it's all right. TVP is textured vegetable protein, which sounds kind of sciencey. It sounds like something from the future or like something they'd eat in space, but it's actually just basically soy. I have to thank you guys because you all tagged me in this recipe like nonstop and I love you for it. And basically she's making pork belly with textured vegetable protein. Then we make a sort of like coconut milk starchy fat. And then we're also gonna be using yuba or tofu skin for the outer layer. And then I saw that Sauce Stash actually recreated this recipe and kind of put his own spin on it where he took not only TVP slices, but also TVP crumbles to sort of marble the fat. So I want to make it the way that she did in the TikTok to try that recipe. And then I might also just try some iteration of kind of his technique. I guess we should just get right into the recipe. But wait, before we do, I'd like to give a quick thanks to today's sponsor. Today we are sponsored by Seed. They also gave me this super cool sweatshirt. Not all probiotics are created equal. Now here's what to look for in a probiotic. Scientific expertise in the microbiome and probiotics, strain specificity, survivability and viability, rigorous and frequent testing. Seed is a microbiome science company. Their breakthrough research has even been published in top science journals. Seed has conducted extensive heat testing to confirm viability at room temperature for 18 months past manufacturing. Refrigeration is not required. Use my code MERLE for 20% off your first supply of Seed's DSO1 Daily Symbiotic. All right, back to the recipe. We're starting with Anne's original version. So she just starts by rehydrating some TVP. Now her slices look bigger than mine, so I'm gonna do a little bit more than she did. So we're gonna basically put these in a bowl. And I'm gonna pour some hot water over these to rehydrate them. And we're gonna let them sit in that water for about 20 minutes. These look like giant Cinnamon Toast Crunch squares. I'm gonna let you guys do your thing. This bag I got online, it was like 18 bucks for this whole bag. So I'm just being transparent with the cost here. It was a little bit expensive, but there's a bunch of pieces in there. And I mean, I might be able to use these for both versions of this recipe. So while this is rehydrating, we're going to go ahead and make the fat. Oh boy, all of my cabinets are open. I'm so sorry.
I know there are people that drives absolutely bonkers, including me, when I edit this video.
What was I doing? Coconut fat. All right, so we're gonna want some coconut milk, some tapioca flour, and some rice flour. Now, what I will say off the bat, in Sauce Stash's version, he rehydrates these, but he's also marinating them at the same time, which sounds like a really good idea to me. So I'm looking forward to trying it that way. Okay, so this fat layer is gonna be like the glue that holds it all together. Granted, I'm also just excited because I love a fatty moment. I love the texture, I love the chew, I love the taste, honestly, oh my gosh. And it's coconut based. If we know anything about coconut milk, it's got a lot of fat. So we got our scale. We need 120 grams. That's only 9 grams? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I'm gonna run to the grocery store. I gotta get more tapioca flour. That took 2 hours, but we got the tapioca flour. Okay, I got 2 bags because I'm not going through that again. In the meantime, we want to get our TVP slices, which are hydrated. I wish I was as hydrated as these TVP slices because my hands are washed and clean. And we're gonna get in there and we're actually going to wring the excess liquid out. Okay, so we're gonna head over to the stove and we're gonna combine the rice flour, tapioca starch, coconut milk, and water. And I got my pan over here on a low heat. And I'm just gonna keep mixing this up until it forms like a thick white paste. And you want it to look like pork fatty, you know? So it should take probably around 5 to 10 minutes. Now we've got our big gloopy gloppy vegan pork fat. Basically, she said you could either use a baguette or you could use yuba, aka tofu skins. I'm obsessed with these. I use them in my soup. I use them to make vegan drumsticks. I got this from a Thai supermarket. Makes a mess. They have a nice chewy texture to them that is like meat skin. So I'm just gonna layer this up. I got some parchment paper. I've learned my lesson in the past. I'm gonna put this down first. We're learning and growing. And now the rest of our job is just layering. I know already that this tapioca fat is gonna be sticky and maybe a nightmare. So I'm gonna proceed with caution. Just try to spread it out. Oh, actually, that's not bad at all. It's pretty malleable. All right, so this is our layer of fat. Okay, this is actually fun to spread around. A lot more fun than I expected. I was thinking I was gonna get heated. And now we're gonna take these TVP slices that we rehydrated and we're gonna just press them right on top. Her slices of TVP were a lot bigger than mine. What matters is that we cover the fat part up. And you can break it up so it fits better if you want. Now we're gonna add another layer of the fat. Now I'm gonna be careful that I don't accidentally move all these guys around. This is kind of reminding me of the mochi bacon a little bit, but it's not as infuriating as that process was. Oh, come on, get off. Don't give me trouble. You're supposed to be the good one. That was not a good day for me. The end result was delicious, but I think I probably lost a few years of my life out of sheer stress and frustration in the process. I will say I've already got a soft spot for this recipe because it's not, I mean, even though, yeah, the tapioca is sticky, it's not like a nightmare to work with. So there's a much higher chance of me actually making this again. And for those of you who are like, vegan pork belly, what's disgusting? It makes no sense. Why would you want to eat it if you're vegan? Because I want to have fun. I didn't go vegan because I didn't like the taste of meat. In fact, I was a very adventurous eater, and I still am. But even more so then, when a lot of things weren't off the table. But like, leave me alone. Actually, if you were gonna comment that, please still do, because I could use the engagement. I'll take it. But if you're wondering why, the answer is, okay, first of all, that was rude. The camera cut off in the middle of my rant. One more layer of our TVP. This is reminding me of Rachel's trifle in Friends. This whole recipe, like every ingredient in this recipe gives me like major chew desire. I don't know what that's called, but like, does anyone else have like the desire to chew things that look fun to chew? All of these things look fun to chew. So let me kind of wrap this up a little bit. Lift her. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Aluminum. Okay. Okay. Now we're gonna steam this for about 20 minutes, and then we're going to chill it in the fridge for about 4 hours. So I made our hunk of pork too big to fit in my steamer, so I'm gonna show you guys a quick way you can make your own steamer. Just roll up aluminum foil into balls, set whatever it is on top of those, put some water underneath, cover it with a lid, and you can steam it. I ended up waiting overnight to let them sit overnight. We've got our 2 different recipes, and now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take them out here, we're gonna slice them up, and then we're gonna go ahead and cook them over on the stove. Now, of course, you could make a sauce to go along with them, but I wanna just try them on their own first, get a real sense of what we're working with here. So let's get those out of the fridge. Okay, so we've got Anne's recipe first, and let's just see what this looks like. I'm hoping that a little extra time might have helped to solidify it. Oh, baby. Looks exactly the same. I don't know what I was expecting. Let's go ahead and slice these up. I don't know how this is gonna go, but we're gonna do our best. I'm really worried that they're gonna fall apart in the pan. I'm just gonna say that right now. I'm terrified that they're gonna fall apart. Okay, I do wanna point out on Anne's version here, it's like, these are just holding on for dear life here. Like this one just comes right off of it. So that's not really ideal. But, you know, it's not as solid as I would hope. It's like kind of falling apart. What I'm considering to do for Anne's is to like chop these up and then put them in the freezer, because I think if nothing else, that might just keep the yuba from completely falling off, which is what's happening, and it's pretty frustrating. And actually some of the TVP slices are falling off, and when you add heat, it just makes it worse. So we're gonna give that a try. Another thing I'm considering doing for her recipe is like just wrapping the entire thing in the yuba so that it like kind of holds it together. It's like encapsulated in it, and then trying to freeze that. Okay, this is what the first 2 came out looking like. They do kind of congeal and hold together after a bit, but it is chaotic in there. I'm not kidding, like they were falling apart. I had to keep pressing them together. The tofu skin just like did this little number. I don't know what that's about. Anyway, this is what we're left with right now. So yeah, let's just give this a try as it is. It really tastes like nothing. It tastes like nothing because there's not any seasoning in it. It has some chew, and you know, the like coconut fat melts in your mouth, but you definitely want a sauce with this. I think she even said that in her recipe. The texture is pretty great, but yeah, we need to toss these with some sauce. I put together the sauce that she recommended, which was like sugar, water, soy sauce, pepper, mushroom powder, and I added some red pepper flakes. And essentially you're supposed to add all of the pork belly pieces in, cover it, and let it simmer for 10 minutes. When I took the cover off, they were just all like mush. Like it's all just like a pile of pieces. I haven't tried it yet. I'm sure the sauce makes it taste really good, but I'm just frustrated because it doesn't have the look that I was looking for. I mean, it really just falls apart. Pretty disappointing. Like none of it really stayed together. All the fat is separate basically from the lean meat. I'm gonna try this though with the sauce. Okay, it tastes really good. So that actually makes me feel a little better. That's delicious. Okay, I'm becoming less cranky now. The TVP gives you the nice meaty texture. The fat, the coconut fat, just melts in your mouth. And then I actually tried to fry Sauce Stash's version on the stove top, and that also fell apart. Really, really fell apart as well. I don't know what I could have done differently. I don't know where I went wrong or what, but according to the recipes, at least, I did what they said. I know that Sauce Stash wrapped his entire pork belly in the Yuba tofu skin, so that might have been what held his together. But even still, it's just really hard to even like flip them or move them around without them separating. And again, it might be the TVP slices that I used. When he did it, it looks incredible. It looks just like meat. My version did not come out as beautiful as his. Go watch his video if you wanna like see how he did it. But I am curious to taste the marinated TVP and the marbled fat. This one's more flavorful. At the end of the day, I definitely think there's a lot to be learned from both recipes. Marinate it like Mark did. I think it could be held together by the Yuba. You know, make a delicious sauce like Veggie Ann did, and maybe freeze it like I did. And there's a little something in there for everyone. You also could do fewer layers so that those two layers just stick together and you don't have a mess falling apart all over the pan. That's another thing you could do. Shout out to Veggie Ann and Mark over at Sauce Stash for these cool recipes. I'm still a fan of this one because I love the texture going on. I like the chew of it all. And let me know if you try it and if you put your own spin on it and what you'd recommend for the rest of us to do. In the meantime, I live stream on Twitch 2 to 3 times a week, and I have a Discord where you can chat with me. I'm on there almost every single day. Also, follow me on Instagram and TikTok so you can DM me and send me all of the crazy things that you see out there that you want me to try. If you had a good time here with me today, please like this video and subscribe. It helps more than you know. And with that, I bid you adieu. Ciao for now.